Welcome to Barb's Crochet Den. Welcome back. I know it's been over a month since I posted. I had a lot of life things going and I'm back. Things are almost back to normal. However, I thought I would give you an update on what I'm doing. So, oh boy, where was I? Oh, I'm working on my graph blanket. I'm almost done with the second elk body. I just have the antlers coming up. But this one, I'm on row 220. And if I get to row 224, I will be 2/3 of the way done. And I'm really excited about that because I actually zoomed out the graph and I can see where I'm at on it. And it is nice. I have gotten so far on it. The only thing about this one is I'm not sure exactly how it looks because the only place I could actually spread it out is on my bed, and that's upstairs. And moving the entire bed to lay it out and see how far I'm at on it is going to be a nice work in and of itself. Oh, and I do have to apologize. If I sound odd, it's because I broke my top dentures. So I have to go get another set done because, well, I'm wearing the old immediates that I had. So I'm going to sound a little off until I get them redone. But yeah, that's one of the life things that happened. And I do not normally post a lot of personal life things on here. But if I sound odd, that would be why. Because my top denture broke. So there's that. That's just one in a series from January. So I'm hoping the rest of the year goes nice and smooth and goes really well. Now, this thing is a big beast of a blanket. And I am still asking myself why I started this project, why I'm doing it. And you know what? It's because it's for my husband. And this is going to be like my masterpiece so far. And if I show it on here, I'm going to have to edit part of it because it's not really child friendly, the picture. Oh, sorry, I'm making all kinds of little noises because I'm not used to this top denture. It is driving me crazy. So crazy. Okay, so I'm almost 2/3 of the way done with this. Within the next couple days, I will be 2/3 of the way done with it. And this is mainly the project I have been working on. I haven't really done the gingerbread forest blanket. It's the Karen cake. It was the seasonal, like winter Karen cake gingerbread forest blanket I was making with a double moss stitch. I haven't done much more on that because I wanted to get this one done, even though I don't like stopping in the middle of a row. I have been, and I think I've done pretty good on this one. I have, because I think on the last video I still hadn't reached the halfway point, which was 186 rows, and now I'm working on row 220. So I've made a lot of progress in that time. I think I was on row 183 or something like that on the last video. So I have made a bit of progress. I did not reach my deadline. I did not finish it by my deadline, which is sad. But the deadline was March 5th, and I did not make that deadline at all, which I had hoped I would, but I knew I wouldn't. So now I'm just crocheting it when I have time because my hours at work and everything, and with the life stuff going on, I didn't have a whole ton of time to crochet it. So I'm just one stitch at a time, and every stitch is one stitch closer to being done. And I think I decided I'm actually, when I get there, I might actually do a border, 2 rows of half double crochet of each color, starting from the lightest going to the darkest color, is what I might do for it if I have enough yarn and if I feel like it by the time I'm done and done weaving in all the edges. Or not edges, oh my gosh, the ends. If I'm done weaving in all the ends and I feel like I have enough yarn to do it. This camel color though, oh my gosh, I've been complaining about it since the beginning, but you know what? It's okay. Oh. And I haven't weaved in any more ends so far, but that all, they're probably all going to just end up at the end, me doing that. And that is going to be a royal pain, but I still have my other 3 projects I haven't woven the ends on in either. So, you know, there's that. But I really wanted to get this one done. So that's what I've been working on. Now, I also think my last video, I made a waffle stitch hat in the Red Heart Stripes color neon with the scraps I had left of that. Now, on that one, I'll see if I can put a photo of that if I have it. I think I do still have that. But with that yarn, I had enough, I thought, to make a scarf left over after the hat. I made the scarf, got all the way to the end, and I was making the waffle stitch to match the hat. I made it 14 waffles wide and decided it was too wide, and I had actually finished it. All I had to do was knot and weave. But I didn't like the length of it. It was very short, very short. So I frogged the whole thing and did it over. I made it 7 waffles wide, which actually happened to be perfect. 7 waffle squares wide. Perfect. And I got the length I wanted on it. Excuse me. And it turned out really good. So I will also put a picture of that in here when I edit. But I finished that one. And then I got another Red Heart yarn. Oh, it's a blue yarn. And I forget the name of it now. Probably should have checked before I started recording. But I had 2 skeins of it, of this blue Red Heart yarn. Made another waffle stitch hat. And the person I gave it to, I gave them the hat, and then I asked if they wanted a matching scarf. And they said no, they don't really like scarves or use them. So I said, okay, no problem. Well, now I have 1.5 skeins of that yarn left. Had I known that, I would have only gotten the 1 skein of yarn. But I can use it for something else. I mean, I do still have quite a few wall hangings to do. However, everything is on the back burner till I get this one done. And you know how I am. I don't really want to have multiple projects going at once. I really don't. I don't like doing that. But it doesn't make for very good YouTube videos when I only have one project going and it takes me months to do, because this one, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I started this blanket back in October, maybe it was. But I wasn't working exclusively on this blanket. Oh, I almost created an extra stitch right there. That would not have been good. Oh, give me just a second. This one goes back by 3, so 1, 2, 3. I'm using quite a few stitch markers on this blanket too. quite a few stitch markers. But, oh, let me see. Okay, my microphone's still working. Oh, the last video I tried to make, my microphone actually gave out. So I ended up having to redo that video because my microphone just like quit working partway through that video. And that was not fun. That really wasn't. I probably should have made sure it was charged. I did charge up my microphone for about half an hour before I started recording this time, but who knows if it will last? Who knows? Who knows? I certainly do not. But today I might, come to think of it, I might actually go lay this blanket on the bed so I can see how the picture's coming out, because I would hate to get totally done with it and then the picture is just totally messed up. That would not make my day, because with so many color changes on this project, I really don't want to have to frog any more than I already have had to. I really don't. I mean, it happens, it does. And yes, I've made quite a few mistakes. Adding, moving the color change over one stitch here or there, or missing, where I needed to increase a color or something. But it is not noticeable. It isn't. And it actually is okay. However, I have to lay it out to make sure it is okay and that I did not totally mess up the picture. Not sure that I want to do a project this big again, although I do have another blanket I have already designed with a lot more color changes and more detail than this one. I don't have the yarn for it yet, and I'm not going to get the yarn for it because I'm actually quite comfortable with where my yarn stash is right now. Actually, since I got the Karen anniversary cakes, my yarn stash has like blown up. But that was that one, or I think after that I did get this camel color, a couple more skeins of that because I needed it. But the Karen anniversary cakes, I believe, were my last like splurge on yarn, and I do have more than enough yarn right now for plenty of projects. So let's see, after I finish this one, or if I end up finishing the gingerbread forest blanket, and then I'm gonna start the next blanket from my other kit because they picked out the color from the Karen anniversary cakes. So that will, whichever one I finish, that one's gonna be the next one. So I will end up having 2 projects at a time. Right now I'm not counting my star blanket with the Red Heart Ombre green apple. I'm not counting that one yet because I haven't worked on it, and I don't work on it in the car because I'm not in the car waiting for the kid after school. Most days I'm not. So that one wasn't really going anywhere. So it is in a project bag, and I will pull that out after. That's going to be another one that is, uh-oh. Where did I left a stitch marker out. That one is just going to be after I get the next ones done because it's already in progress. So, oh man, I have to go out by one and I missed it. Not a problem. So, that one is going to be on the hook after. That one, well, it's already on the hook, but it's going to actually start getting made after I do the other ones. So, interesting. Oh, you know what? No, I did get some more yarn. I got the unicorn mane, I got the mermaid tail, and what's the other one? Fairy something I got from Yarn Inspirations. I did get those because I'm going to make a couple of blankets from that. It's like I can't remember what the pattern's actually called, but it's got like the ovals and then the outlines are in black. This last one I saw. So I'm going to do that one with those. Although I haven't decided if I'm going to do the outline in white or black. Although a dark blue could work just fine for it. Kind of wish I'd gotten some more Big Twist 1 pound from Joann's before they closed. I didn't though because, well, one, I couldn't get the yarn, and two, didn't think about it at the time. However, I haven't bought any more yarn. My yarn stash is good, and I'm pretty happy with where it's at. I'm confident I have enough yarn that I don't need to buy any more at all. At all. And I'm actually pretty confident I can finish all my wall hangings. As a matter of fact, there's 2 wall hangings I have to make pretty quick. They are Krampus wall hangings. Sorry, I meshed my words up there. But it happens a lot lately since I broke my dentures. Meshing my words up. Oh, if I could get the stitch marker out, it would help. Okay, so I'm at the end of row 220. Now, this blanket has 371 rows. So, quite a bit left to do. And then the other thing I will show you just here in a minute. I just got to finish this row off because I've been trying to get this row done for a bit now. I probably shouldn't have put the stitch marker there. And you know what I did again? I left the stitch marker out again. There we go. Just makes it easier if it is in there because that's how I messed up originally after I had made quite a bit of this blanket and I had to frog it. I was on track. And then I had to frog it because I wasn't using stitch markers. And I was doing color changes, but I was carrying the colors over the wrong way quite a bit, and it just made it look funny. So when I go across the front, I mark it for the back to make it easier for me when I'm going backwards. That's what was messing me up the first time. I was putting the colors on the wrong side when I was going backwards, which ended up making the bottom of the blanket look really, really odd. Oh, goodness gracious. If I could do this, it would help. So, okay. So I was using my Furls Aura hook for this blanket, and I had to change because my hand was hurting so bad. I don't know if it's because I'm not used to the weight of the Furls Aura hooks because they're metal, and I don't know if that was the case. I think it might have been. Just the hooks were heavy, and I'm not used to that weight. Okay, I need to... That wasn't row 220. That was actually row 221, and now I'm on row 222. Okay, so 3 rows, and I am 2/4 of the way done with that. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to show, since the furls hooks were heavy and my hand was hurting, I do have some resin hooks from Fire and from Furls. I haven't used them yet because, like, with these wall hangings and stuff, I crochet so tight I didn't want to break them. But I saw a review for some hooks on Cinnamon Stitch's site, and I love the color. And they're not metal. I mean, the tips of them are metal, but they're not. So this is what I got. There's 6 hooks. I got this off Amazon. And these are the ones I'm going to try for my next project. I haven't even pulled them out yet because... Sorry. Ooh, sorry. That was loud. Ooh. I hadn't pulled them out because I hadn't used them yet. I wasn't going to pull them out till I used them. But yeah, this is what they look like. Cinnamon Stitches did a review on it. And, oh, maybe if I move my head, it might help. Ironically, I'm wearing the same color shirt, but you know, there's that. So I'm going to try these because they are very light and I don't want to break my resin hooks. I went through a period of looking at O-Fire and Furls hooks, and honestly, I like them all. I want them all. I haven't gotten the blush color from Furls that I wanted. I wanted the polished blush color. I haven't gotten that one yet. And then they came out the raspberry, and I love the raspberry color. And then came out with the Odyssey, and I love them. Honestly, I am not rich enough to get every one of the crochet hooks I like. However, after this set, this is going to be my last hook purchase because I have a lot of them, and I keep going back to these ones that I got off Amazon. So that is going to be my last hook purchase, and I'm going to try those on my next project. Let's see, I'm using a 6. Let's see, do they have a 6? Oh, I need new glasses. I cannot tell. Yes, it does have a 6. Okay, cool. So my next project is going to be with the Carrying anniversary cakes. So, yes, we do indeed have a 6. It's way up here and very tiny. I need to need to go in for an eye exam and get new glasses probably, but actually not probably, I do. But I'm going to try these next. And oh yeah, they are a little bit sharp, so we'll see. I don't know, it comes with a 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 6. Oh, that was an 8. 6 and an 8. But yes, it does have a 6. The other one was an 8. See, I need new glasses. But yeah, okay, that could be considered a little sharp there. All right, so I'm gonna try these on my next one. Hopefully they're the same shape, but they're lighter. So hopefully my hand right here doesn't hurt as bad and these 2 fingers don't hurt. I guess it's just the way I hold my hook. That's got to be what it is. But, sorry, I got to readjust. So anyway, I almost said where did I put my hook? Sitting right here, making a video, and I lost my crochet hook. What are the odds, right? So anyway, the other thing I'm thinking of doing in between is making, a waffle stitch hat for me for winter. I do have a Christmas one I made, and it is single crochet, but it feels kind of thin. So like on the colder days, I might make a waffle stitch hat for the colder days for me, even though it hasn't been that cold. I mean, the other day it did have a nice good snow for us, but it hasn't been extraordinarily cold. So I might just make a waffle stitch hat for me, and those, they don't take too long. The longest part is the ribbing that I put on the bottom, and I do that because I like my ears covered. I like my earlobes covered. I don't like any part of my ear peeking out into the cold, so I make the ribbing on the bottom so it's long enough to cover my ear. And I think I go straight on this one. Yeah, wait, wrong one. Yeah, I do. Okay. It goes in on the next row. If I could quit dropping my yarn, it would help. So anyway, I'm on row 222 on this. So after this, 2 rows, and I am 2/3 of the way down with this blanket, which is extraordinary progress. Goes in. Oh boy, probably should not have decided to crochet this while making this video, because this blanket, I do have to think about my stitches, and I do have to concentrate a bit more. I think I am getting faster on the rows with this though, which is good. It is a good thing because it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy at this point. I'm getting to the point where the colors are going to separate again. However, I'm not sure I have enough Karen 1 pound on this lace color, or no, this is off-white, on this off-white color, because I like to have a yarn skein per section. So like this brown has a different skein than this brown over here. This off-white has a different skein than this off-white. I don't like balling up the yarn, like separating it out, putting it into different balls. I just attach a different skein per color. Well, I only have 5 skeins of the Karen 1 pound in the color off-white. I only have 5. So at some point, I'm going to have to be using both ends of the yarn. That gets very, very tangled and very frustrating. But it's kind of worth it, you know? It is. Although I do have 2 sections of the off-white that are coming to an end. So that'll be great. It's just at the tops of the trees on the top of this blanket where there's more patches of the off-white. And as much as I try to have 1 skein per section attached, but it's not always possible. So sometimes I do have to carry the yarn through. And you can see it. Sorry, you can see the yarn sometimes being carried through, which sometimes I'm okay with, sometimes I'm not. It's like if I have a regular white color, I don't like putting any other color, carrying any yarn through it, because white, you can generally see every color you carry through the white color. So I don't like carrying any colors through white, especially not black. Black definitely shows through really bad. So I don't like carrying that one. Yeah. Didn't put the stitch marker back in again. So anyway, I wanted to give an update on where I'm at on these blankets. This one, I'm almost 2/3 of the way through the gingerbread forest double moss stitch crochet. I am actually at the same spot I was before, because I've been making this one instead. So that one, no progress has been made on it, but that is okay, because here coming up, I will have progress on it. That's one that I do just if I have a half an hour to an hour to crochet. But I've been working on this one instead. I don't usually have that much time before work. So, I mean, my hours have increased. Oh, the doggy wants out. My hours have, well, I wouldn't say increased, but I just feel like I don't have enough time to work on a whole row of this before work. However, you know, I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to do a couple stitches, and it works because a couple stitches here and there has added up to, I am almost 2/3 of the way done. Anyway, I will show you pictures of the waffle stitch hats I've made and the waffle stitch scarf I've made. And then hopefully next video I can be further along on this, and hopefully I might have my next waffle stitch hat done. I'm thinking of doing, it's a pale yellow. I might run some brown through it because, you know, waffles. So hopefully I can get that done. Oh, sorry for the dog barking. He wants out. So I better go so I can let him out. Old doggies and all that. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Again, sorry for the long absence. And I will see you next time right here on Barb's Crochet Den. Please like, subscribe, and if you enjoy, hit the notification button. And I will see you next time. Till then, you have a nice day.